Way up in the clouds of South America's Andean mountains lies the central Bolivian region of northern Potosi. The Quechua and Aymara people have lived here for thousands of years amidst extreme geographic conditions and soaring altitudes. They contend with very little rainfall, below freezing temperatures at night, and a harsh equatorial sun during the day. Such conditions have made the production of food extremely difficult. Most residents subsist on sheep herding and the sparse cultivation of potatoes and a few grains. Communities in northern Potosi are very dispersed and organized into social groupings called IUs, extended family groups living and working communal lands. Similar to other extremely rural areas in Bolivia, the region has historically received little attention from the central government in terms of funds for investment and development. This contributes to high levels of poverty in the mainly indigenous population. It is estimated that 98% of residents in northern Potosi municipality of Chayanta live below the poverty line. State-run health services are insufficient, and infant mortality is common. 12% of infants die before they reach the age of 1. The state of education is also discouraging. At best, primary schools in northern Potosi go up to 5th grade, after which children must walk to schools up to 10 kilometers away. Many times, high levels of household poverty prevent parents from sending their children, and especially young girls, to school. They cannot afford the school fees, uniforms, or supplies, and their children are needed to help survive on the harsh lands. Dropout rates are very high. It is estimated that only 6% of children actually complete 5th grade. Without substantial improvement to these conditions, children in northern Potosi are likely to continue the cycle of poverty their parents and past generations have experienced. But funds from the Canadian International Development Agency have enabled Save the Children Canada and local partner CIGI to encourage rural Indigenous children to become the protagonists in creating a more just society for themselves and others in the region. This is achieved through agro-educative communities, or CEAs, boarding schools for rural Indigenous children and youth. Students attend school and live at the centers, which provide support for education, agricultural production, and community building. Emphasis is placed on leadership, service, and cultural awareness so that young people have the ability to create change in their own communities. The CEAs are not just boarding schools, but a place where children's needs are met in terms of community nutrition, health, shelter, and education. There are 2 areas of specialization within an agro-educative community: agricultural production and leadership training. Because of the harsh terrain and lack of transportation infrastructure, the local diet is high in carbohydrates and low in proteins and nutrients, resulting in high levels of malnutrition. In the centers, children learn to cultivate vegetables such as tomatoes, lettuce, onions, and peppers using low-cost greenhouses. They also learn organic agricultural techniques and how to care for livestock, knowledge they will eventually take back to their home communities throughout northern Potosi. Each student is responsible for his or her daily agricultural chores, resulting in the production of foods which are extremely difficult to grow in the region. This has not only met the nutritional requirements of the students, but also provides for the wider community. The students' parents are also required to come work for the CEA 8 days of every year, reinforcing the concept of aini, or reciprocity and cooperation, a traditional Incan practice. The other focus of the center is leadership training. The children, ranging in age from 7 to 18, learn about their human rights and why they are important, as well as their responsibilities in demanding them. The right to meaningful public participation is taught through the formation of student governments, democratically elected, with equal gender and age representation. The students are also trained in the functions of a board of directors and the importance of organization in dealing with the challenges facing their communities: poverty, discrimination, and lack of access to basic education and services. Together with the student body, the student government makes decisions and takes action on various aspects of daily life: agricultural production, cultural events, curriculum, and chores within their communities. Other Save the Children Canada experiences within Northern Potosi have proved why investing in integral education and leadership training is important. With support from CIGI, the organization has been working and training child leaders in the nearby municipality of Arampampa since 1991, and today has 5 former child leaders within the municipal government, including its mayor. This administration, in effect since 2005, has raised the area's operating budget from less than $1 million to $6 million in their first 2 years. This money has gone towards building electricity, water, and sanitation infrastructure, improving schools, and constructing roads to outlying rural areas. Conchai's agricultural communities and Save the Children Canada's child leadership initiatives demonstrate the capacity of young people as the protagonists of their own development. With their basic needs met, they have the tools to improve their living conditions and the ability to create real change within their communities, municipality, and country.